You're watching Durango News, celebrating Southwest Colorado every day.
Colorado trout populations recover from whirling disease, but why are rainbows declining in the Animas River? Will a Superfund designation help speed reclamation of mines and reduce pollutions in the Animas near Silverton? And a Durango grandmother takes on a healthier skate park with Thrasher Thursdays. I'm Ashley Dixon. These stories and more on this edition of Durango TV News.
This program is brought to you by Advantage Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep at 20th and Main in Farmington. Visit today for your best deal.
You're watching Durango TV News. I'm Ashley Dixon. Camping, motorized trails, trout habitat, cattle grazing, those are just a few of the issues that the San Juan National Forest plans to address in its management plan for the newly designated Hermosa Creek Special Management Area north of Durango. Last December, President Barack Obama signed the Hermosa Creek Watershed Protection Act that set aside 30,000 acres for wilderness and another 70,000 acres as a special management area along the Hermosa Creek drainage. Drainage extends from San Juan County in the north to U.S. Highway 550, 20 miles to the south. As part of the legislation, the Forest Service has been charged with writing a management plan to preserve the unique characteristics of the area. And earlier this summer, it began scoping tours with the public to determine how recreation should be regulated. During a recent tour of the upper Hermosa Creek drainage behind the Purgatory ski area, Forest Service officials identified camping as the major issues to be addressed in the management plan. Camping currently is allowed within 300 feet of Hermosa Creek Road. As a result, the valley is dotted with dispersed camping sites with heavy concentration of RVs and all-terrain vehicles at the upper Hermosa Creek trailhead. Other heavily used sites extend north along the west fork of the Hermosa Creek towards Bolam Pass. Campers rarely use the area's one developed campground, Sig Creek. The campsites are small, and the Forest Service officials said they can't accommodate today's larger vehicles. In addition, campgrounds' old vault toilets need to be replaced. Forest officials also said dispersed campsites on the north side of Hermosa Creek Road are extending farther and farther into pristine meadows well beyond the 300-foot camping limit. Forest Service Project Manager Cam Hooley said the management plan will determine whether Sig Creek Campground should be redeveloped or closed. It also will examine whether to prohibit dispersed camping north of the road or allow it to continue. And it will address a proposal to develop a new campground at the upper Hermosa Creek trailhead. The campground would be located between the road and the creek, and a small bridge would be built to cross Hermosa Creek to get to the trailhead.
So far, the response we've got has been very positive and not a lot of controversy, because we obviously are not going to propose anything that's contrary to the legislation. So basically, we're just implementing what's already been passed by Congress.
In addition to camping, the Forest Service will develop regulations for trail use and will identify which areas will be open to motorized vehicles, horses, mountain biking, and other activities. Although management plans like the one proposed for Hermosa Creek can generate a lot of public controversy, Hooley said many of the issues were already addressed by the Hermosa Creek Work Group that spent 6 years preparing the recommendations that led to the legislation adopted last December. Many of those recommendations were included in the legislation.
Dispersed camping is an issue we'll be looking at, whether we want to designate sites, dispersed sites, or just have it open to the 300 foot from the road like it is now. And then the developed recreation is another aspect, which would, the question we were just talking about a minute ago was about whether we should develop a campground here at the upper trailhead and what we should do with the Sig Creek campground as well as the lower Hermosa campground, which is also in the management area.
The next scoping tour will be a 10-mile round-trip hike on Dutch Creek to look at motorized use issues. That tour is scheduled for Friday, August 21st. In the meantime, Hooley said the Forest Service will continue gathering initial public input for the management plan through the end of the year. The first draft of the action plan will be released in 2016 for public comment, and the Forest Service expects to finalize the plan by December 2017. To submit your comments and to follow the management plan's development, visit the San Juan National Forest website at fs.usda.gov/San Juan.
You're watching Durango News, celebrating Southwest Colorado every day.